took a bike, you are nuts. How calm, how green. That there's a lot more than computer factory because there is a belief here in Taiwan, especially in Taipei. The Taiwan is a 一圈大的夜市. So you have to get comfortable to be within the crowd. I think Taiwanese celebrate food. You have the feeling in Taiwan you're never alone. Hey, give the kids a break. Let them be kids. Let them play, let them run, let them learn. It happens to be a happy accident.
Hi， 大家好，欢迎来 Welcome To Taiwan。今天我们跑去到台北跟我们德国朋友聊天。影片开始以前，请不要忘记订阅、按赞、开小铃铛，谢谢大家。
你好，大家好，我是海克恩 ，come from Germany, and the first time I arrived here in 1999, and haven't left for an extended period of time. So I do like it.
I've been a lost surface knowledge about Taiwan. When we first came here, what surprises you most?
我知道台湾是春酒的电脑第一名的国家。But when it comes to what surprised me is how calm, how green, that there's a lot more than computer factories. There's a lot more than industry, and there's still a deep cultural, big heritage, and at that time I was a young boy, a vibrant nightlife. Taiwan has taught me to look at opportunities. Don't complain about yourself. Make something out of the situation. So I see a lot of smiles on people's face. Of course, the good times and bad times, but there's color to go forward and really looking for opportunity. 所以我从这里在台湾一定有往见面的一个开心的方法。
How would you compare 在台湾这个
I would say one of the major differences between like living in Germany and living in Taiwan is you have the feeling in Taiwan you're never alone. You're always together with lots of people. So you have to get comfortable to be within a crowd.
What part of Taiwanese culture do you find most fascinating?
Oh, the food culture. I think Taiwanese celebrate food. 台湾人很喜欢吃，还有长吃的，还有很多的方向。觉得台湾人在国外可能可能觉得我那么少的机会在改变，就是找不到对的掌握，真的很难。我觉得台湾人最喜欢吃，还有在哪里吃，还有考虑在哪里吃，还有餐厅在哪里可以吃什么，还有很喜欢排队买吃的东西。其实我记得在台湾，我爸爸妈妈来的时候，他们觉得台湾是一圈大的夜市，他们一直有看过，跟那个人在吃。
So, being in the engineering world, what advice would you give Taiwanese young engineers to help improve business in China?
So, I would say to young people, maybe make an honest assessment about yourself. Don't try to copy somebody else and find your own way that suits your character and that gives you the chance to use those valuable 10 years that we have. Because frankly speaking, 10 years later, you're probably going to have a family, you're going to have children, you may want to have a house, you're going to do a priority shift. So it's fair enough to think to seize the opportunity. Okay. 对台湾年轻的工程师，我也觉得你可以买一个宝贝backpack， 然后开始旅行，离开台湾，看别的环境，学英文，用英文，出去。看别的事情，因为台湾是好地方的，你在外面可以认识台湾这么好的地方，是一定也有看别的方向。因为我都常常说，对一个人，如果你 从一个看法，觉得这个人怎么样，就是给你看一本书，就是你没有打开，你一定要跟人在沟通。如果你没有那个语言的方式沟通，你没有这个机会。所以我觉得在台湾的年轻人，22岁到30岁，想办法出去。
Okay, and what's your most difficult challenge that you've overcome in Taiwan or yet to overcome?
I would say life presents you with new challenges every day. So even though I had challenges before, but generally speaking, when you ask me about being a foreigner in Taiwan and what is the biggest challenge I have encountered, I would say my partner Taiwanese, my wife's Taiwanese. But when it comes to when you have children, and I have a few, so when you plan the education of your children, then there are different levels of expectations that you're dealing with, and you have certain cultural differences and expectations. And I think for people coming from the West, they're used to letting children grow up with a relatively degree of freedom and let them experiment, let them come out. And I found that a lot of childcare facilities here in Taiwan are space constrained and also limit children a lot, and that's not so easy. And then when you're living within a partially Taiwanese family context, you create certain areas of conflict. My kids were born in Germany, the first ones, and they were in kindergarten, but then we moved to the island of Honghu to give them the space. I think kids, especially boys, need space. It's right.
我们还是在中国。
我们还在澎湖有房子，可是多时候他们说，很多台湾人觉得你坐个 bike, you are nuts, because there is a belief here in Taiwan, especially in Taipei, that if you go to the right area, you go to the right kindergarten, and you get into the right elementary school, and then you get right into middle school, and so basically your path is already defined based on the initial schooling that you go, and tends to be crowded, whereas we think, well, hey, give the kids a break, let them be kids, let them play, let them run, let them learn, and this kind of level of stress will come later. So there is this kind of level of expectations, which is very difficult. So if you ask me personally, this was the biggest challenge.
Okay, let's go back to memory lane. Why do you choose public?
Well, again, as usual, it happens to be a happy accident. 就机会来的，我在德国以前打工的公司，他们给我一个机会来台湾做一个学期，所以我19-20年的时候，22岁的时候来2年在台湾。My mission in business running is to drive quality out of Asian manufacturing. That's my business.
Right, all his links will be in the description below. Let's go check it out. 从你来台湾之前 ，What do you know about?
因为我有一个例子是，因为我妈妈我在长大的时候，她在汉威电脑上每年在工作，所以这时候我有一个机会，是那个 Secret Shop， 很多台湾公司在那里。Come such a small place, such a tremendous industry. When you're like a young guy, a teenager, you're very interested to find out.
And what advice would you give to anyone who is just
Don't have too high expectations. Better have less expectations. Dive in, explore, find a reasonable accommodation, because accommodation is really not so cheap here. It is a place that is well developed. Yeah, pay respect and give it a try and give yourself a specific time. Don't make an early judgment. Taiwan is a place which is becoming better over the time. Because when you start coming, you don't understand things. You have difficulties with menus. You have difficulties with that. Your expectations are different towards the people. But over time, you expect more to understand more and more beauties of it.
Do you have anything else that Taiwanese people?
我觉得说台湾人没有那么怕外国人，我没有那么坏，我没有那么可怕，不用担心我的说话。
Alright, thank you very much for sharing your life.
Thank you very much for the interview and for the time.
Hope you continue to enjoy your stay here in Taiwan.
Thank you very much.
感谢您收看，有喜欢就喜欢。Don't forget to send English to likes and help support the channel and travel to many places to keep us going. And see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.